So excuse the noise. Family doesn't know when to shut the fuck up because I'm filming. But hey, hello, we're here. All right. On a more positive note, nobody's getting prescription drug prices lowered. So I found this article, and this is from the Huffington Post, not a progressive organization. And no, they don't have a secret progressive agent going in and writing this to make them look better. No, this is not it. But this take a look at this from the Huffington Post. So by the way, this is a few days ago before his speech to Congress, which was lame as fuck, and it was a speech filled with lies. So that's why it says Wednesday. But President Joe Biden on Wednesday night will ask Congress to pass legislation giving the federal government power to negotiate prescription drug prices, a White House official told the Huff Post. And Biden will make clear he wants the legislation this year, the official said. Biden will make the call during a speech, his first address to a joint session of Congress, in which he will lay out the substance and thinking of his broader economic agenda. It will come amid worries from prominent Democrats that Biden might be giving prescription drug legislation lower priority, even though it's a long-time cause for the party. The reason, so it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be in the plan. Okay, it's gonna be in a speech. But okay, here we go. The reason for the concern is that the White House. The reason for the concern is that the White House is also releasing a policy blueprint on Wednesday, which they did in advance of the speech, and the blueprint is nearly silent on prescription drugs. So we're gonna release a plan. Prescription drugs won't be on it. Oh, but it will be in the speech. I'm gonna ask for it. It won't be in the plan, but hey, it'll be in a speech. I'm gonna ask Congress to do it. Wait, but it's not in your plan. What the F? But the speech will include a firm rhetorical commitment, according to the White House official who was speaking on condition of anonymity. So I have a joke. Ron Placone made it on the Jimmy Dore Show. What do we want? Firm rhetorical commitment. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Firm rhetorical commitment. How do we get it? You know, the thing. What the fuck is this? Seriously? A firm rhetorical commitment. I bet you it's going to come in a sternly worded letter. Ooh, really strong of a letter. Oh, gee. So, we're not gonna put out the plan, even though we know you need it. Even though we need prescription drug prices lowered, we're gonna put it in a speech, but not the plan. Not the plan. That's incredible. A rhetorical commitment. I want prescription drug prices lowered unless Big Pharma doesn't want me to. Oh, shit. You see the mind tricks they're playing in the Democratic Party? Biden, during the 2020 presidential campaign, promised to seek legislation to reduce those prices by having the government use its leverage with drug manufacturers through the Medicare program. But at some point in the last few weeks, the administration decided not to include a proposal on drug prices in the new policy blueprint. So they know that Biden campaigned on it. They know they need to fulfill an election promise, and they know they told you, vote for us, because we're going to do this. We're going to lower your prescription drugs because they're too high. And now they're coming in and saying, no, we're not going to do this. Because here's the thing. In other countries, in France, in England, in Canada, in Germany, in New Zealand, in Finland, in Scandinavia, in Sweden, in Norway, the Trump of Norway. Anyway, they all get to negotiate with the drug companies. Why do you think here you get a bottle of porcelain, not porcelain, I think it is porcelain, whatever it is, for like $336. But over in Canada, which is across from Vermont and all that, you can get it for $36. $36. Why? It's because the officials, the people in office that you elected, Republicans and Democrats and progressives, allowed this, the federal, literally made a law barring Medicare by law from communicating with the drug companies and saying, hey, don't price gouge our people. They stopped it. That's the reason why we have really, really expensive drug prices and why grandma has to think, should I die and pay my rent, or should I live on the streets because I can't pay my rent? That's why. Okay. As word of that decision circulated thanks to media reports from the Huffington Post, the New York Times, and other news outlets, Democratic lawmakers began firing off letters to the White House asking Biden to reaffirm his commitment in clear, concrete terms. Firing off letters. Well, you know what? I'm gonna create a sternly worded letter, and I'm gonna fire it off. Get the water fire. Aim it towards the White House. Fire! I bet you those letters will be sternly worded, strong worded letters. In response, White House officials try to In response, White House officials try to assure Democrats that prescription drugs remained important to him. Remained important. That's funny because according to them, they're releasing a blueprint. Here's what we want. These are my policy proposals, and prescription drugs are not a part of it. Not. So this is hilarious. Now, they're not giving you any lower prescription drug prices, no Medicare for all, not forgiving your medical debt. They're not relieving you of your student debt, that's for sure. Your student debt. They're not ending the wars. They're not creating a jobs program to give everybody a job and put them to work. They're not doing free college. No, they're not doing that. They're not ending the wars, as I said. They're not giving you recurring checks. They only gave you a fucking crumb of $1,400 and said, hello, try and survive off this. Ha ha ha. They're not doing any of that. So they're not giving you anything. Oh, but the media reports it as, if you watch the news, Biden's giving you so much cash, bringing relief to the American people. Come on, don't be so greedy. Come on. What's wrong with you? And what did Malcolm X say? The news will get you hate. If you watch the news, they'll get you hating the oppressed and loving the oppressor. Oh, wow. And I know that there's some bootlicking Democrats who's, oh no, Joe Biden's doing a great job. He said he was going to do prescription drugs. That's what Joe Biden's trying to do. I said it because most people don't pay attention to politics, which works in my favor because now, they won't question me about it. Now, it turns out that Biden takes more money. The Big Pharma donated more money to the Democrats than the Republicans in the 2020 election, in the lead up to the election. Oh, gee, I wonder why. I wonder why his policy has changed. I wonder why. Maybe it's all that money. Oh, but Joe Biden's not as corrupt as Trump. Never mind. Nope, he's as corrupt. And I wonder what. So you're not getting prescription drugs lowered. their prices. You're still going to spend an arm and a leg. You're still going to decide, do you pay your mortgage? Do you pay your rent? Do you ration your medicine because you can't afford it? Do you spend your whole social security check on it? What do you do? What do you do? Because Joe Biden will not lower your prescription drugs at all. At all. And I wonder, what's his position on Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India? What's his position? The guy who hates Muslims, the guy who's persecuting his own people, the guy who's more right wing. It's funny how the one woman who had a position on him, they tried smearing her on it, and the person who cared about ending the fucking wars, they smeared her on it. But where's Biden? Where's AOC? Where's everybody's position on it? Oh, and kids in cages. Remember when Trump put kids in cages? And they said, oh my God, what a monster. Look at this. Look at it. Kids in cages. Can you believe it? What an animal. Even though Obama started it. And now Joe Biden's doing it. And they're like, oh, he has no choice. Oh, I forget the fucking gymnastics they're putting into it. And then there's the last thing I want to point out, which is Bernie Sanders put out a poll, commissioned a study, commissioned a study, sponsored by the GAO, the Government Accountability Office. And what did he find? He found that drug prices here in the U.S. are 2 to 4 times more than drug prices in Canada, France, and I think it was Germany or England. Just family here. So 200 to 400% more in this country. And by the way, Trump or Biden, Biden is India has the worst outbreak of the coronavirus in the world, and he's asking for the patents to be waived, get a waiver for patents so that they could just get the materials imported to cure the virus. And guess what? Joe Biden's not allowing that. And you know who's pressuring him? A city councilwoman, Kashama Sawan, who I've covered here before once, in Seattle, not your Congress, proving that the Democratic Party is not here for you.